Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Prospects and Show 101. My name is Chris, and today I'm going to be taking you guys through one of my more favorite receivers in this year's class, I guess I should say, in Donovan Peoples-Jones. So, I actually got to see him when he was at Cas Tech in Detroit a few times, and they played against my high school, well, one of my high schools, I should say, in Canton. And he stood out to me basically from his like sophomore and junior years of high school. He was an incredible playmaker, dynamic threat. And then when I saw he was going to Michigan, we graduated the same year. Uh, I was stoked to see that he would be wearing the maize and blue at the college level. And so far, he's done some really nice work. Now, I will be pointing some things out that he does have to improve on over the course of this year now that he's working with Josh Gaddis. Uh, but overall, there are a lot of things that a lot of people are going to fall in love with DPJ over the next 12 months. So, hopefully, this video will get to show him off somewhat, and hopefully, some of the things that he may need to improve on as well before the draft next April. So, DPJ here, as I'll probably pretty consistently call him throughout, is a third-year draft-eligible junior from the University of Michigan Wolverines. Currently listed at 6'1", 208 pounds, and currently 20 and 4 months old. Well, that sounds weird. 20 years and 4 months old. So, there you go. Uh, these are the three games that we have on tap for you guys so far today. We got Florida, Ohio State, and SMU all last year. So, one thing that's going to be really interesting about Donovan here is that last year or two, depending on however long you want to say he's been playing, starting, uh, is really been interesting because he's been playing in a I guess Jim Harbaugh led system, and things are going to totally flip on its head this year. So a lot of the things that you're going to see on film in terms of concept, in terms of some technique, and things like that are probably going to change over the course of the next couple months. This year, for those of you guys who don't follow Michigan near as active as I do, which is probably most of you, we brought in a coach from Alabama. His name is Josh Gaddis. He's going to be our new offensive coordinator, and he is the former receivers coach and assistant OC, I believe, at Alabama. So this is the guy who's been working with a lot of Alabama's top receiver prospects, including most notably Jerry Jeudy, over the last few years. And for those of you guys who don't know Jerry Jeudy yet, he is I don't want to call him no doubt, but if the draft were held today, he would go top 5, for sure, type of guy. And he is now going to be working with not only Donovan, but also Tariq Black, who we'll see later on this year when more film comes out, as well as Nico Collins, who we'll see more of later this year when more film comes out. But Donovan is one of the better athletes of the three guys. A little bit more explosive in terms of his overall athletic profile, and he's probably going to have a higher RAS score than, especially Tariq, coming off 2 injury seasons. But probably Nico as well. Nico has some downfield ability and ability to stretch, but Donovan just has that extra bit of explosiveness and burst in him that kind of separates him from the rest of the guys in terms of athletic profile. Uh, so that kind of is what makes him a little bit more exciting. He's also a little bit more star heavy, I believe. I think he had a 4, maybe a 5. I'm gonna say 4 from now. I think he was a 4-star recruit coming out. And yeah, he has been so much fun to watch, and he's only going to continue to grow, hopefully very quickly, over the next 8, 10, 12 months with Josh Gaddis. So, with that being said, let's get right into this. We're going to start with the SMU tape. That was the first couple weeks of non-conference play, and then work our way through the season with Ohio State and then Florida after that. Okay, good. So he is number 9, and you will see him line up in the slot sometimes as well, which is kind of cool. And the other thing to keep in mind too is because of Michigan's offensive issues, to put them nicely, I guess, struggles may be a better word. He has been through a lot of different systems. His senior year at Cas, and then his first year here, we had, oh crap, I can't even remember his name anymore. Our offensive coordinator 2 years ago. Anyway, he had a different offensive coordinator his first year here. And then last year was Pep Hamilton. So he's been through, this will be his, he had senior year of high school, freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year. So this will be his 4th offensive coordinator in 4 years. That's quite the change. And for a receiver, especially when you're dealing with route terminology, maybe not as big of a deal for him as say Shea Patterson or a quarterback. But he also, speaking of quarterback, he has had a different quarterback every year as well over those couple of years. So went from Rudock, had O'Corn, had Braden Peters, had last year Shea Patterson, and a little bit of Dylan McCaffrey. So hopefully Shea will be coming back and playing all 12 next year, 13, I guess. But yeah, different quarterbacks, different schemes. So there's a lot going on in his head, and that could be a good thing in terms of learning all the different terminologies and schemes, but it can also hinder him in the moment as well. So something to keep in mind just in the back of your head. Especially early in the season. This may have been week 1. And you get to see that, nice. You get to see that burst there. Uh, that kind of really shows itself off on display. Just his ability to kind of zip through. Bam! His ability to get off the line, and then his willingness to take and aggressively steal that space. Nice block, way to hold without holding. Nice. So again, I like the aggressiveness here. Kind of throws the shoulder in to force him away from the back. Same thing. He does a really nice job of taking away the angle of pursuit. Nice inside move, and then outside there. Oh, and then pause. But yeah, I really like his ability here. Bam! With a nice slick inside cut. Puts the defensive back, I should say, in a spin cycle in case he's not a corner. And then gets him to move outside. Bottom of the screen here. Versatility and positional alignment, which is always nice. Next play is team lined up inside. Oh, that's actually not a bad catch there. Nice job taking the open space in the middle of the field. Nice recovery there. Anchor obviously is a receiver, so he's not going to have the best anchor of all time in blocking. Um, But I like the recovery there, the ability to kind of get back on his feet. Nice. And just a really nice job of fighting that space. And so we talked about this a lot with Tylan Wallace. For those of you guys who haven't seen that breakdown yet, that should be up before this one, I think, hope, maybe. But yeah, he just does a really nice job here of slipping through, avoiding the defenders, and then scoring on this touchdown here. And you see it there, he just loses the defender really easily. And even third string quarterback should be able to make that pass. Nice run after catch there by Spencer, I believe. Nice out. Good concept there, actually. Very nice. Great body control here. Love how he turns his head early on in the route to not give away ball position. Then great job of creating separation with the hand. Just enough ground to be able to make that play. Nice back shoulder throw by Shea. Gets his hands up and comes down with it with body control in the air. Very nice job boxing out the defender, as well putting him in a really good position to make that catch. You see the burst there. And yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about at the top, right? Obviously, Nico being more known for being more of our deep threat last year, but Donovan is no slouch when it comes to the ability to be able to be a vertical threat down the field. He reminds me, of course, again, as a Lions fan, kind of the local thing here, but he reminds me in a lot of ways of Marvin Jones, right? Guy who doesn't really create a ton of separation on these underneath intermediate routes, but when you're sending him down the field, he has the ability to go off for a touchdown on almost any play if you can hit him, right? And he's really, really under the radar downfield threat, right? So he's not going to be your top 5 type Odell Beckham, Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins type of wide receiver, right? You're going to have to draft a Jerry Jeudy for that. But what he can do is he can be a very, very, very good premium number 2. And even in some cases, depending on the team, a low level, maybe even an intermediate number 1, depending on how he progresses this year and over the course of his pro career. And he just does things like this so well. And it's because of his athletic ability. He is such a good athlete. And you guys will see this when the combine numbers and stuff come out too, and that'll be a whole long draft process thing that gets discussed. He's going to be one of those guys that's a combine warrior. And you see it especially on plays like this. And he was not a combine, a spark warrior in high school. Just the ability to create separation, get down the field, make plays. He's the definition of a playmaker. Next one by Chris Evans. Unfortunately suspended. Nice cut on the out. Here. Check sweep. Get the ball into his hands in space, and he'll make people miss. Nice swing after the catch. Oh. Okay then. Giving him a bit of space, probably a smart move to be honest. Yeah, you can tell they're playing zone on him. You kind of have to, though, with Nico and Donovan out there. At this point, I think Tariq might have been hurt, but still. Nice finish by True. So there you go, pretty quick game actually. But you got to see again his really at this point his biggest selling point, which is his explosiveness, his burst, uh, and overall athletic ability. So you got to see that. Of course, that was early on in the season as well. I think that may have been his first game. No, his first game was Notre Dame. So that was the second or third game of the season last year. Uh, Now moving on a little bit later into the year, again, it's a little bit longer video. I think you guys can pretty much identify what that would mean by itself. Hopefully, you should get to see a little bit better communication with him and Shay. At this point, routes should be pretty much on point and developed, and things of that sort. He's doing a nice job of taking the space. Nice job cutting off the pursuit angle there on the block. Same thing. Nice job of just cutting off the pursuit angle there. Nice cut on the slant. And nice again. Oh, that's a very nice play. What I love about this, right, is he does not give up on this play. Sees Chase moving around, scrambling, right? He's just gonna sit here in this open space, and Shay's gonna get it to him right in the middle of that big fat Ohio O. Very nice. Top of the screen. And yeah, he beat. Oh, wrong guy. I was looking at Eco. Yep, just slipped right underneath. That was a sick catch, actually. Sending very nicely there. Nice job cutting off the pursuit angle. Didn't make too much of a difference in the end, but I did his thing. In the slot once again. Inside out versatility, which is always a nice bonus. Oh, nice inside release move. Not really good throw at all there from Shea. But I really like his inside bam. Gets him biting to the outside and then just attacks inside. Beautiful. Frees him up. And if Shea throws that in front of him, that's a first down. That's a nice run from that Quran. Like that was Quran. He's doing a really nice job in this game of utilizing his active hands at the line. Nice hands catch. Get the ball in his hands in space. That speeding space mantra, you're going to hear a lot from me over the next few months, especially when talking about Tariq and Donovan and Nico. Nice, Shay. Oh, man. That was a nice catch from Nico. Wide open. And this is when things all fell apart. As you guys can tell, I've already pointed this out a million times already, but 24-19 in the third quarter. Oh, okay. Interesting decision. Oof. Underthrown by Shea. Dang. Oh, you should have caught that. And this is the kind of thing that we really noticed a lot. Oh, I have no clue what Shea was thinking there. That we noticed with Donovan last year, and this is one of the things that he kind of needs to improve on, right? Is the consistency in creating that separation, right? So it's not that he can't, and it's not even a lack of motor because we're seeing him go full stop on these routes, right? So it's not a motor issue, it's not like an effort thing, etc., etc. At least it doesn't appear to be that way. But yet he'll go really long stretches where he just can't find himself getting open. And it's not for really lack of coverage or lack of trying or anything like that. It's just, who knows, really. At least I can't really seem to pinpoint an exact cause for it. Some of it is run plays and the amount of times and the volume of running to fall down people's throats last year with Quran. But, like, I mean, plays like that, they just find ways to take them out of games. And, I mean, some of the stuff you can do things about, some of it is finding ways to scheme him open, which frankly Pep didn't do well last year all the time. Some of it is just him needing to be a little bit more sharper in cuts more consistently. Some of it is, I mean, the fact that the ball just doesn't end up in his hands like it did there. Uh, so there's a million different reasons why it could be, but he needs to go just really limit those. Ooh, and then he makes a play like that, right? He needs to limit those stretches where, from what, the second quarter through the third, he didn't touch the ball except for a screen pass or two. So it's really about just garnering that consistency and that recognition and developing the I've already said consistency a million times, but uh, the ability to win over the course of a game for 60 minutes. It's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 times a year. Actually, I'm going to go back and review that catch in the end zone. And he just wins the outside leverage on the fade. Shea throws a really nice back shoulder. He gets up with the hands catch. Nice arm extension. Great use of length. That was actually a really nice contested catch too. Great ball tracking and vision. And like plays like this, right? Like part of it's probably that he might be getting doubled. Part of it might be that he's just not creating separation with the legs. Part of it may be fatigue. This is week 12 of the regular season. Uh, Double bye system in college, but like fourth quarter against Ohio State, down by 23. Maybe his lights are starting to get worn out. There's tons of different factors it could be. And that's kind of where the Marvin Jones thing comes into play too, right? For those of you guys who are Lions fans who might be watching this, Marvin last year wasn't really a full. Of course, Marvin last year was injured, but Marvin isn't one of those guys. His first year here. For those of you guys who followed the Lions since then, his first year here, Marvin got off to a very, very slow start. And there were a lot of reasons why that was the case. Part of it was adjusting to Matthew Stafford's velocity. Part of it was route running, inability to separate consistently, things like that. And you see a lot of the same things with Donovan, right? But once he gets going, he can make a big play at any point. If they were to send him over the top and this deep defender were to blitz, and you just have him on one-on-one with this defender here, he's probably beating that guy over the top for a 50-yard touchdown, right? So it's his big playability that really attracts you to him, but then it's that, can he get you those 10, 15-yard gains? And honestly, he might be a fit for the Lions if we decide to move on from Marvin, because he complements Kenny Galladay so well. That's just the Lions fan me talking. Because that's what Kenny does well, is those 10 to 15 yards win you every single route type of guys. Uh, Donovan's just that explosive playmaking big play threat. Like there, right? Of course, that wasn't really a great throw from Shea, but every once in a while, 5-10 times a game, he'll get you 5-10 yards of separation on even some of the better corners in the league, right? Or in his case, the nation. And he'll have the ability to turn that into a touchdown if that's a well-thrown ball. Same thing there. He had quite a bit of separation room if Shea wasn't pressured. Nice inside release. And again, now that he's not going full effort, he's really going hard on these routes. And like you see it there, that's a really aggressive release move. And then you're going to see him here with a really nice aggressive catch at the top of the route. And by the way, that's Tariq. That's not Donovan. Donovan is 9, which is probably the guy at the bottom here. Oh, he was in the slot. Oh well. Bring in Joe Milton. Rip. And that time they highlighted Nico. Okay then. Oh, what hit. Over the top. And yeah, I mean, there's your. Oh, that was Nico, I think, again, though. At least it looked like it was a 4. That definitely looks like a 4 to me. So yeah, that was Nico. So yeah, you guys kind of got to see a little bit more of the struggle points in that game. Now we get to check out the bowl game. I actually tuned out most of the bowl game. Ugh. Probably could have gotten a better angle on that block. That was a nice pass. Oh man. Oof. Outside release move. That was a nice catch by Nico. Nice fade route by Donovan and excellent back shoulder. And yeah, red zone threat too. I didn't talk a lot about this yet. I probably should have a little bit more. But he's again the guy who can target in the red zone, make those consistent plays for you there. Uh, and part of that too is his body control. I talked a little bit about that in one of his SMU touchdowns, I think. But he does a really nice job here of just putting his body in the exact perfect position to not only create a little bit of separation here, there's at least a couple of mouses of separation here between him and the defensive back. But also to make sure that the defensive back is toward his back, basically, uh, and isn't able to make a play on that ball. Oops. Just get the ball in your playmaker's hands, speed and space. Top of the screen. And yeah, much better job there of taking away the angle. Oof. Okay. Bottom of the screen. Nice comeback right there from Donovan. And you get to really see the separation, right? So it's not that he can't separate. It's just that he goes periods without being able to make that impact play. And that's, again, at least what, 5 miles of separation distance there. That good yard or two. He doesn't get a shot of on that. His hands catch and yeah, just get the ball in his hands, man. The speed and his space. Nice route concept. Nice catch by Nico to at least haul it in. And side moves to receiver. Oh, that was a sick fake screen pass. DPJ with the wheel, and they forced him out of bounds. Dang. Innermost slots. Nice undercut there by 23. Is that Henderson? I don't know if that's Henderson or not. I don't remember Florida numbers. Nice face route. Nice efficiency there. Making sure not to interfere with his other receivers' routes. Does a really nice job of knowing where his other receivers are on the field. And clearing out. Making sure he doesn't double down on other guys' positions. Nice block. Nice hands catch. And yeah, just speed and space. Okay. Are you able to miss something? There we go. Nice outside move again, able to create that separation. Enough to make the catch. Tweak. Probably. Oh, that was. No, that was him. Yeah, probably should have ran a little bit more aggressive. With staying engaged in the block on that particular play. Nice outside release there. Winning the boundary. Does a really nice job of beating that cornerback to the outside. Bam. And just gets around him. Forces the corner into a half spin. Again, nice separation there. I think that was Donovan. It was, yeah. Nice separation there at the end of the route. That's a good yard, maybe two of distance. Nice shot, oh, they ruled him out? Okay. I was about to say nice shot of getting the foot down. Guess not. Double coverage. Gotta love when they get the ball in his hands. Just attack that space, and boom. Speed and space. This should be the last play of the game, which I believe was a QB run. So, there you guys go. Hopefully, you guys got to see some of the positives and negatives of DPJ. Well, I guess I really shouldn't say negatives, but things to improve. Uh, he definitely does a lot of things that are really, really exciting. And most of those were profiled in the SMU game. The downfield threat is incredible. He's going to be really, really fun to watch attack the seams at the NFL level. And once he recognizes zones and gets caught for play speed against pro corners and pro safeties, especially even more so, he's going to be a very, very fun player to have on your favorite team. So that's definitely going to be something to keep watching out for over the next couple of years, even, I say, is to see how he continues to enhance, develop, and work his deep down the field game. Now, some of the underneath stuff, he does well, right? We've seen him create separation on hitches and curls and comebacks and things of those sorts. But he does just need to really become more consistent in terms of beating double teams, maybe, and things of that nature, and working on tight coverage. Because different types of cover combos and things of that sort, maybe coverage recognition, I guess, could factor into that to some degree as well. Just aren't quite really up to NFL speed yet. And that's fine. He has, again, as I mentioned a few times already, still another full year to work with Josh Gaddis on those types of things. And those things will continue to improve over time. And of course, as he gets to the pro level and sees different coverages and works with different receiver coaches and things, they'll only continue to get better as time progresses. So, once he irons out some of the mental things, a lot of the physical tools, the burst, the explosion, the agility, the speed in space, the things of that nature are all pretty much there. He's a guy who has incredible physical tools that we've been able to show off some throughout these 3 games. And hopefully, we'll continue to see a lot more of over the course of the next 8-10 months. So, with that being said, hopefully you guys learned a thing or two today about DPJ. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us for more content like this coming up over the course of the next couple of months. We also have a Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Normally don't use the Facebook or the Instagram, but every once in a while I'll check Twitter. So don't forget to follow us on there as well if you want to see uh, tweets from some of our other favorite draft analysts across the Twitter sphere as well. But for now, hope you guys have had a fantastic day so far. Continue to have a fantastic rest of your day. But for now, peace out.